So, another day, randomly, my biological mother decides to call me and throw a random burden on me. Tells me that some some guy was over on her apartment, like doing some crazy stuff, and she doesn't have a vehicle, so she called me to come pick this psychopath up and give him a ride home or some crap. And I go over there, and he had been like putting his hands on our concrete of our building. He was high as hell on methamphetamine. And here I am, I have this dude in my car. He's not giving me proper directions about where to drop him off at. He's a young dude, probably, in his early 20s. He has a freaking pacemaker in his device in his chest. Like, apparently he has went overboard with meth so many times that he already needs a pacemaker in his early 20s. And he's in my car. He's taking my phone charger cords and trying to strangle himself with my phone charger cord around his neck. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. And he's not telling me where to go, so I'm just like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just about to just head to take care of the business I needed to take care of if he wasn't with me, because I don't know what to do. And as I'm driving, I pass up my baby daddy that tried to kill me, whatever. But this dude, what stands out is he knows this. Like, when he sees him, we both see him, and he sees him, and he tells me to stop and let him out, that he's gonna kill him. He's gonna kill him, let him out. And I'm just like, no, like, and he's like, why do you care about if he's his life? He didn't care about your life? And I'm just like, he's just not that important to me. Like, I got an image to keep. I already own trials and persecution and stuff for my family. Like, they're looking for a reason. Like, he's not worth it. He's just not worth me. He's gonna destroy his own life. He's not worth me taking his life or making the orders, letting apparently a demon get out to kill him, because nobody would believe that you just decided that on your own. I really don't know you. I didn't orchestrate that, but who's gonna believe that, Like, so I ignore it, and I keep driving, and I pull up to an AutoZone. That's where I was going anyway. I get out of the car, just leave him in the car, and I go in there, and I'm talking to him about what I want to talk to him about, something about my car, okay? So, not even, maybe, I don't even know if 10 minutes has passed. He walks in looking crazy with a white beater on that's full of blood. Yes, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. Alright, well, I'll be right back, And I walk out, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And he's like, I told you I was gonna kill that. Like, I told you. And I'm just like, what? Like, you don't believe me? I'm gonna show you his body. Come here. I'll show you where he's at. And I'm just like, I just don't understand. Like, how did you do it? Like, with what? I put a screwdriver in his neck. That's what I did. I put a screwdriver in his neck. I'm just like, oh, you don't believe me? Come here. I'll show you. Come drive down here. I'm going to show you where he's at. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I have a bright green custom design charger. that there is not no factory made or anything identical out here. I stand out like a sore thumb. Like, them people in the AutoZone called the police, which I don't know why they wouldn't, with that walking through the door. Like, that's just got crazy written all over it. Um, like, my life is about to be over. It was like all I could think of, like, what the crap? Like, and so I'm driving and I look in my rear view, and sure enough, cops are behind me. And I have, my heart is racing, but I'm just like, they don't have their lights on. So they don't have their lights on. So, what do I do? Like, okay, there was a house with a family getting out, and I just pulled up into their driveway. I don't know these people or whatever. I just pulled into their driveway, and it's like, if police pull in, it's just, that's it. My life's over. But I pulled in, and the police just passed me. And so I got up out of my car and I told the family, I was like, look, I am sorry. I'm just like, I don't know what else to do. I don't know this dude that's in my car. Like, he won't even tell me where to drop him off at. And he was trying to kill himself with my cords to my phone, so I can't even call anybody or nothing. My phone's dead. Can I please just borrow your phone to call somebody and let them know, like, what situation I'm in? Because I just don't know what to do right now at this point. And, like, just using a phone would be helpful. So they give me their phone to use, and I call my daddy's mom and told her what just happened, and that this dude is telling me that his body is on this street. It's like, I haven't went and looked, but I'm calling you to tell you to go look for your son on the street. And, so trying to, like, cover my ass to show that I'm being truthful and I'm not cooperating in hiding this whatever happened, like, that's, all I can know to do is just do the best I can accordingly. So, the people that I'm at the house of, the man told the guy that was in my car, he was like, hey man, why don't you go ahead and get out? Like, if you need a ride home, like, I'll take you home. Like, she doesn't feel comfortable with you in her car, then get out of her car. Like, I'll take you home. And he got up out of my car, but he told the dude he didn't want to ride home. And instead, he walks he got off their property, but he walks just right across the street enough that he can sit there and still stare at us. And I feel like so bad. Like, these people have been really nice and stuff, and I feel bad that I got the psychopath looking at their house. It was a couple with their child, and this freaking psychopath staring at their house. So, I got in my car to leave, and then he started yelling at me, like, I promise you, I didn't kill him. I didn't kill you. I didn't kill him. I'm going to show you. I'll show you that he's alive right now if you take me. Like, so I let him get in my car and to show me that, he's not dead, and the blood on his shirt was his own blood, apparently. And, it was like a home day, but like I ended up praying with the dude, like, to calm him down and stuff. Like, he didn't think like he could talk to God or anything because he was high, and I just told him that it didn't matter if you're high or not. Like, I know that you can talk to God and stuff. Like, he can help you. He can help, like, calm you down and stuff. Like, this is just no way for you to be living and stuff, So Anyway, like, I did that and I dropped them off. Like, I did avoid contact with that dude, like ever trying to contact me again because I did end up talking to his mom one day. His mom contacted me and told me like how thankful she was that he told her like what an angel, whatever I was to him, and that I helped him like nobody else has ever helped him before. And, and she was just trying to like make me feel, I don't know, made me feel responsible. Like she was grateful, but she was obviously like begging for me to connect with him, that it was bird, and she's so grateful and stuff like that. But I was like, okay, I understand all that, but he's got to connect with God, like that. He cannot attach. I'm not God. I can't save him. That's the only thing I can do, is just point him to the way, and she understood. And I heard through the grapevine that that same dude did die like 2 weeks later. And it was from, supposedly trying to defend his sister from a domestic situation or something like that. But anyway, I'm telling y'all that because it leads to, another part of the mystery of this, and about like how, this AIM spirit of murder and all this stuff, like we're all connected, like some people, don't know what they're going through and stuff like that, but I think, I have a lot more awareness and stuff of it, thanks to God, because of um, the things that I have been born like connected to, whatever, knowing about spiritually. Okay, and get this, the murder cases or whatever, all that they were questioning about. Okay, you know that song Framed by Eminem? That goes into all the details of how he has his 6 personalities and different murder cases, and just describes all the details. And I think they're trying to question me about some murders. I think I've been framed, all the craziness. Okay, all right, so keep that in mind. And so when I started going through all these trials, tribulations and stuff, like I had that big encounter with God personally, and he told me that he was destroying Johnny, like flat out. He told me that. And another thing was, I heard my baby daddy's voice in my apartment. And get this, like he'd been in jail for like 4 years or whatever, but like this is around the time that I'm also having this awakening with God, and God's calling me. God has told me that he's destroying Johnny. And I've literally hear, and I don't hear voices. This is not something that ever happens to me. Like it's only been these times with God that's purposely intentional, for a reason, for God. So, but I was upstairs and I heard it, I was like thinking, why is Martin in my apartment? Excuse me. Why is he in my apartment? Like, so like I went downstairs and I asked my roommate, like, why is he here? Because I heard him just saying, I'm sorry. So then I realized he wasn't there. Then he was telling God he was sorry. And God sent the message to me for me to hear supernaturally. Like that he was gonna be sorry or he was sorry. But either way, that was his voice, and begging for forgiveness from God for what he's done. And this, he intentionally was his motive. It wasn't nothing personally about me. It was all the way spiritual. Like, because he's an older man than me, and there was things I didn't even understand. I'm thinking, like, like, but the things that he verbally said to me only make sense spiritually, and I didn't even put it together what it meant. Like, because like I'm thinking, oh, people's just been hurt. Like, if you just love them right and stuff, they'll, maybe I got a lot of love. Like, if I just love people and stuff, they'll accept it and take it or whatever. Like, you could help love people, heal people to get better. Like, no, not when it's spiritual problems. That is God, and that's something that has to be dealt with. It's not no love gonna love somebody out of that. And he was telling me signs, but I was young and I didn't have the wisdom that I have now. He's telling me that he's ugly, and I'm like, no, you're not ugly and stuff. Like, yeah, he was ugly, and like eventually, like, he got mad after I finally accepted that about him. But yeah, after he tried to kill me and all this stuff, like, I was like, man, why didn't I listen to him? He was telling me that he was ugly because he was ugly. It wasn't the outside. He knew what he was on the inside, what I couldn't see. And that's what he knew, was not handsome about him. And that's something that I can't say, no, you're not, like, it's a stain on him. So, like, I mean, I remember him, like, calling me some on FaceTime or whatever, and, like, just lies and bull stuff and bull crap, and I had done grew up and matured past it, and I was just like, man, you are ugly. Like, why are you calling me? Like, you... And he was just, like, so offended, like, that I finally agreed with him about what he was, like, okay, so, and he would tell me stuff like, he hated my son before my son was even born, even when he was in my stomach. It was a spiritual thing. And then he would even say, oh, and I'm gonna blow up your car, I'm gonna do whatever to make your life a living hell and this and that. And when I get out of jail, you better not bring my son around my mom. I better not see him around my mama's house, because if I see him, I'm gonna talk bad to him. Just stupid, crazy stuff like that. And I'm like, why would you do that? Like, nobody's done that to you, Like, he's like, so when I see him, he's gonna remind me of you, because he'll look like you. He looks just like you physically, like, but it wasn't that. It wasn't that look. It was the look of the light of God and within him, and he knew that. Like, that's what he was talking about the whole time, was spiritual stuff. Like, there was no talking about the physical, like. And yeah, it took me a while to grasp that, because I'm not that way. So I have been around people of the opposite, and yes, it's obvious that I am not one of them, and they've been knowing I'm not. But I thought that I didn't even realize that I had a connection with God that most people don't have, or I had anything, like, like, I'm thinking I'm just nothing, like, really, because, I mean, come on, like, my dad's called the devil, like, whatever, like, I should fit along with these darkness people just fine, all these Satan worshippers and stuff, like, I should fit in, but no, I don't. And then, the church, I can't be honest, well, they don't even, I mean, who's gonna go say they got this issue to the church? But, it all worked out for my good, because it gave me a relationship of real truth, and see, the way I grew up, I couldn't lie or hide something if I wanted to, because of the way that God raised me, and particularly that everything I did was exposed through music and stuff like that. It felt like, really like my whole soul and spirit and my life story was being just like aired out or everything. So there's nothing I could hide. And before I even had the encounter with God and stuff like that, like I already stood for that because I knew that, So I had that such a connection thinking to Johnny or whatever because he was in the music and stuff like that and taking up for him. Like, oh no, nobody else probably just understands. He's probably being hated on or going through stuff because, he's got like a different type of mission like me or whatever, So I'm not the one just to, join follower people. I am not a follower of people. I'm a follower of truth. That's what I follow, And yeah, I might have, God told me he was going to destroy him. I might have didn't have to go face to face, but I'm glad I did because that's what it took for me. I'm not carrying along that weight anymore. Like once I went face to face to see him, the illusion of everything that was in my head of him completely like just went away. Okay, so a couple more things before I explain that. Like he used to call me well, he was the first one at like 17. He told me that like they listen to everything we say and stuff. And I didn't know what they were talking about. But he was like, just me and you, like not everybody else, but they're always like listening to what we say because of like who we are and stuff. And I was just like, okay, And I mean, he does have, some like occult, spiritual, or some type of knowledge that most people don't have or whatever. Like even like Satan and demons, they know, you know, knowledge and they know who God is. And they're not blind to spiritual things and stuff like a lot of people are. And so like so even before the awakening and God actually called my name, like I was in beauty school and stuff when everything was normal. Johnny called me one time then and said that he was starting a cult. So I was like, okay, well, good luck with your cult thing. Hope everything works out for you. And that was one thing that I do respect about people is being honest and being true to whoever or whatever you are. At least he wasn't like acting like he's some priest or Christian and all holy or whatever, being something. To me it seemed like he's just being genuine to himself. I don't know what kind of knowledge he knows. I'm sure he's got something to share, and he tells me that he's a sorcerer like Merlin, the great sorcerer that does things behind the scenes in the unseen realm, if you ever watched Merlin. Okay, so, and also that has the gift of speaking with the dragons, like the druid stuff. Like, okay, I can understand that. Like, kind of could see myself at Morgana's position, like growing up and as a ward of the government, but she was actually queen, heir to the throne, but she was lied to and her gifts were suppressed about like who she really was and stuff, and she kind of gets the truth. She kind of goes off and stuff, so like I can understand and relate. But anyway, oh, and another thing is I always felt like it should be a boy to play this part or whatever, like. And come to find out, like I did have a blood brother by him. And I didn't know that I had one until Johnny called me and told me I had one, but he was buried yesterday. And that really hurt me, even though I didn't know him. I felt like I know him. And then I've heard like there's one Eminem song that talks about like ODN, playing with his like toys or whatever, and then like being rushed to the ambulance when he OD'd. And I really feel like chills and stuff with that. Like that was my brother. That was exactly what he was talking about. And Johnny's even mentioned like he was born with a great destiny or whatever. And like it really pisses me off because he was born into the murder stuff, and he didn't know who he was. Like he had a different mom, but we had the same dad. And his mom just married another man and didn't want to tell him that Johnny ever resisted or that he came from Johnny. So she just lied and just kept up even to his death, because I even tried to reach out to her and she still wanted to stick with the thing and not speak about it, that the man she married was his dad. But the problem there is like Johnny comes with like some heavy spiritual things that are dangerous, and without knowing like the truth of what things are, it's very dangerous and stuff. And especially mixing it with drugs, I know that's what happened. I know for a fact that's what's happened, because like I know I wouldn't make it if God wouldn't have laid the truth out. Because like God even says like my people perish for like their lack of understanding with things. And that's why I know like God saved my life by putting the truth within this stuff. And there's so many, even like, okay, I've been known was my calling, but I know there's like sacred things about it with God, and then there's things I had fully understand who I am, who God is, what I'm in the right before, I put it out, say anything, or lead anybody wrong, or I portray myself wrong. Like, that's just off top what I'm doing. So I'm not putting things out think without knowing what I'm doing, fully. So I am definitely going to go into like all details of layers of this. And I know, music connects to all of us on a spiritual thing, and it's just the love of God that has been our best friend, that has carried us through the pain and through every experience that we've went through and questions and stuff. So, and that's the fun that I'm ready to get into. But, this is the basic foundation of it that I have to get out of the way, so we know the difference between God and sorcery, and the beast, and worshiping God in spirit and truth. Because God is seeking for worshipers who are going to worship Him in spirit and truth. And that is exactly what I'm born for, like with the music and everything. And it's to separate the fake and to help people to see God in everything, that you can see Him past just the Jesus, and just, yeah, yes, he is Jesus, like, but don't even take it from me. Like, we need to know him for ourselves, not just believe like I think I'm going to heaven because I believe. Know him as the truth, like, so that yeah, the demons and everything believe, or can say that is easy. But we need to know him beyond know ourselves too, and search ourselves, just so that you're not looking like you thought you were something that he doesn't view you as, like, because that's a really messed up way to be. So anyway, um, so when I went, so this like cleared the air of the image of the beast and everything is when I went to see Johnny face to face. It was like literally, I did not know this man, and I'm like, what happened to like person that I thought that I knew or had a connection with and stuff? Like, it wasn't that. Like, that's why he like kept his distance and only called me and stuff, like here and there, like because literally face to face, like everything is supposed. He like it seemed like literally the nightmare before Christmas. He was like a skeleton, like barely alive, like very very pale skeleton. When I seen him, like it was, and he act like he didn't have no sense. He act like a Tourette's crackhead, just it like. And I was like, come on, man, like you're not stupid. Okay. One other little piece. I think I might have said in the other one, but when I got like spiritually attacked and stuff, like when God right before God came down, 9/11 trials, and then 2016, all my devices got hacked and stuff, and we were able to like, you know, talk crap directly to me. Yes, it's crazy. But Johnny called me the day before and said, "Oh yeah, I meant to tell you, aliens are real, and you're probably getting hacked tomorrow." And he hung up. Okay. So then the next day, I didn't see no alien, but my devices and everything was hacked through my systems, and that's when I got signs of like angels and devils warring, and I'm gonna go into more details with y'all. But and I told y'all about the vision that God gave me, the dark entity and the seven angels. So when I went and met Johnny, he had demons tattooed all over his arms. Okay, like on both of his arms, like every image you can think of, like the little devil with the pitchfork, the little whatever demon you could think of, he had tattooed on there. And then I seen the one formless entity that God showed me in the sky tattooed on his arm. And I was like, that's it. That is what I seen. Like, it wasn't an angel, but it was in the sky with the angels at the same time. But it was that. It wasn't an angel all the way dark. He's just like the whole like Satan thing. And he's like grants his teeth. It's just like, shut up, Leah. Shut up. Okay. Be quiet for a little while. But I'm gonna be talking again. And so like those the image, when that there's images, and in the Bible, like the image of the beast, those that worship the image of the beast, like God has been very specific about not getting the image confused of like what's him, what's not him, what is okay idol. And I understand why he doesn't want you to idolize artists and people and stuff like that, because you are missing the message. Messengers, you do not worship messengers, because that is cutting yourself off. It's for your own good. Like God isn't telling you that because for his own selfish desires. It is for your good that you don't idolize messengers, that you can get the fullness of God and stuff, don't get it mixed up of the vessel that's being used. Like the angels even tell you not to worship them, that they are fellow servants and brothers and sisters in the prophecy, so that was what the vision was for me, us to recognize the light and stuff within us and rise up in truth and light. The angels are lifting up truth and light. That's what they are supporting. They, under God's authority, are doing their job in raising, lifting up the one in the center. But in the Bible, it talks about the devil that got kicked out because it wanted to raise itself up above the angels. So it is wanting to do selfish ambition with the anointing of God, and that is this mistake that we are here to learn from. I definitely seen that as my biggest warning sign. Like, I am not gonna be like that. I will not go that route. The minute I have a thought of being anything, I make sure I humble myself quickly, that this is not what it's about. Because anything that we are, we're nothing without God. And God don't, anything I say would never happen. Even the control over just protecting my kids, even though I have a good will and a good heart and a fear of letting my kids be vulnerable in the world and stuff like that. That is all very understandable, but it doesn't, God wants us to be able to trust him and to give everything up to him, to trust in him, so that we share and can be in the same right mind and stuff, because we get too absorbed with ourselves, even if it's for good intentions of being successful or protecting our kids and stuff. I would never have been able to see God the way I have, or realized what all he was doing without losing control of everything and just having to trust him and listen to his mind of what he's doing, is what he expects. I know it's this is bigger than you, this, even your pain, everything you're going through, it's for a bigger reason than just yourself, so yeah, I love you and your kids, but Leah, I got a lot of kids that I love, so it's just the hardest thing is going through that stuff. You realize the sacrifice that Jesus made for humanity, that love and stuff, and God is if I gave up my own son, what makes y'all feel like y'all are any better, that y'all can't do this, y'all can't give up yours? Mine was Jesus, so that Jesus has done everything to give us the strength to get through whatever we went through. Nobody's had a hard life than me or whatever, but look at Jesus. He lost his wife. I don't deserve to live. I am been a messed up person, and even as a sinner and not even knowing him, he called me and he fought war over me. Just trusting that all this love, everything that he gave, that just maybe I'll get the picture and do the right thing for him. And of course, it's crazy. But yeah. So of course, when I see Johnny and the way he acted, it disgusted me, and it disgusted I was disgusted with myself, and that I never even thought of killing somebody in my life till I was face to face with someone just like that cared nothing about people. Like I was upset about my brother, and he said, "That's what she gets." Like that's what type of person you are. Like that is like so selfish and immature. But like I really like he would always tell me like I was gonna hate him one day and stuff. Okay, I do not have any hate towards him. I really don't, because like it is a pathetic thing, but you can't, take up for people, or have just empathy like that, where you just are not being logical and protecting yourself and doing what's right with God and everything. God knows everybody individually. So yes, I have very deep compassion for stuff that people go through, but I very much trust God when he has washed his hands and stuff with someone. He knows that person in and out. He knows that they know and everything. Like I don't even question that. Well, not anymore. Like I didn't really then, but I never experienced it. I had to see how deep this really was, and I'm glad that I did be able to like get it out of the way of just knowing the truth. So like stuff can't fool me ever again, or betray itself, is whatever. But I seen how like he didn't want to tell me no truth, but like God, just by like the clues that God gave me, yeah, God gave me the truth. And then I seen the vibration of the frequencies, what God taught me of lies and stuff. Like our energy is completely different. Like I played the song Framed to see how, test how he would react, and he's just like, turn it off. Eminem is a rat. He is a rat. Turn it off. Like, because, alright, we are totally different. Because, see, what I've lived through, I've been able to embody it in the truth in music and stuff. So that lets me know right there that the music is not made for the devil. It is not the devil's music. It is not you get what I'm saying, right? Like, it is the lamp of God that shines through things. We are children of light, and we are made for the truth. No matter how dark the world is and stuff, like God has particularly made us of light to be able to be the light of the world and to know the light. Like I was going there thinking, it wasn't just feeling sorry for him, it was also thinking like he was the only one that understood, or had some type of even knowing about me going through the war and the devices being hacked and all that stuff. I had no other human to talk to about these things, but I knew he knew, even though we went face to face. He acted like he didn't. And like I even asked him, I was like, well, what happened to the person that would like call and tell me the truth? Like he was like, cause he made me. I was like, okay, I see what it is. And when that was like the Satan one, fully came out in him. And it was mad about talking about God forced him to call me to warn me before that. Yeah, he was part of the dark, working with the dark and the dark orchestration, but God forced him to warn me. Like, he's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. He has control over them. Yeah, like, so, and Johnny, he was scared of me the minute he seen me. Like, I was trying to prepare myself for seeing this very person, but I realized what the truth is. Like, there is power, life, and light in being in God, and God had already raised me up in truth and prepared me for, yeah, went ahead of me for anything I was about to encounter. Like, if I would have encountered him at a different time or younger age, a different stage, like, I might have fell for some of that. Like he even tried to act like, he made this mix of music and stuff for you. I might even believe that back then, but God had already brought me too far. I already knew the love of God. I already knew the truth and what that was. And I knew that that wasn't, he was scared that I was even alive. Like, come on, you had to think about it. Like, all the stuff that went against me, he was so shook and shocked because I am a walking miracle. Like, it is the power of God and life and light. He, we are two different people. I am like an alien to him. Stuff is impossible, like it was saying. Like, he doesn't understand it. He just, and it is scary to him. And even the music stuff that he tries to hide, because it's a lamp, it's a light that shines through. Like, this is like Kendrick has a song like, my enemies won't catch a vibe for this shit. I didn't cry for this shit. It may take you laugh. Me and my family ain't going back to selling dope. That's why you pussy ass niggas gotta know. So yeah, that's the two. Is that the government tried to, get me on whatever they could, all these lies and stuff. Didn't even try to act like I was a bad mom. Just kept throwing stuff at me and like throwing it in my face that they're putting my kids with a mentally retarded woman that's nasty, don't even take care of her own personal hygiene, deformities on her face, never had a kid, never had a husband, doesn't know how to do anything. She's calling me like, what do I feed and what do I do? Like, just, it was so bad. It's so bad. Like, I hate going into the details of that because, like, more than the devil or anything, that hurt me more than anything is hurting my children. Like, they are innocent, and, like, I don't know how wicked people can be to sit there and intentionally be wicked to little kids and take them from a good mom and just place them with anything and say they were going to put my daughter in a crazy mental hospital for telling the truth, like that this woman didn't know what she was doing to take care of her and stuff. And this got very sick and wicked. Like, more than anything, that's been so hard for me to move past, to speak about, and just find the strength to be able to just, speaking about stuff like brings you back to that feeling of that. And that is almost like paralyzing for me because, like, me, I would rather take whatever pain, bullshit, you can call me anything. As adults, I will take whatever to protect my children forever having to face that or having to go through that. That was like my worst fear of my life, that my kids would ever be put into that. And then the way it happened was horrible. But, I know God is working. I know for a fact He's working it all for my good. And, I know He can do the impossible. Like, He literally kept me, raised me, kept my soul and spirit and stuff, even when I was in the darkest of places. So I know that He can do it with my kids, and He will. And He's actually gonna do it with so many more, because there's so many other people, so many people that the system and stuff has oppressed and bullied and messed over, and so many children in foster care that have been done like anything because adults, instead of being the protector of them, think that they can get over because these children, don't have a parent or stuff like that. Well, they got a new thing coming because God is their father. He is the father of the fatherless children, and he is a mighty God, and he will defend them. And I will stand, and I will defend them, and I will be there for them, because I was a child myself, and I have seen my kids go through this. So yes, like, God has lit a fire under me for justice and for love, and for me to see things through his eyes for humanity. Like, I have no toleration for any fakeness, for any manipulation, sorcerer, lies, all that stuff has got to go, because, like, God has promised us life and life more abundantly. It's not this. Whatever I was born into, I will not leave this world the same. It will not be the same. And it is because of God, and it's because God has been with me. Not no parent, nobody has taught me this. Like, the woman that I am, even the girl that I was before I even got introduced to who he was. The little girl that was different from people, everything that the world told me was wrong with me, like, my sensibility, like, to, like, why I can't just sleep with people and enjoy it, and it's nothing, it's just like sleeping with people. Like, no, I would cry because something is wrong. I can't just do something like this. That if I don't have that love and protection and stuff for someone that is right, that is 100% and stuff, like, should not be giving my body up to that, like. And this world has just, like, normalized things, and no, even churches and stuff have not been standing up for what they know God is to be. Like, don't even become a pastor and stuff if you can't lead with God. Like, you really shouldn't. Like, this stuff has been confusing place, and, like, I just know that I'm here to shine a light and give people hope and stuff, because if you were even, like, truth seekers and stuff like that, like, have probably got ready to, like, give up when they started realizing all the lies and all the fake people and the disappointment and everything. But yeah, that's the good news, is it all strengthens your relationship with him. Just whatever you do, just keep seeking the God that formed you and that knows everything about you, because he is, like, blew my mind that, yeah, he knows me so deeply that he planned things so long ago that will keep on becoming relevant to me as it opens my eyes to awaken me to, like, the truth of things, like, and to hear him speak through it. It's just like he has always had this plan with humanity in mind, and it wasn't for us to just go to the end and just disappear. Like, no, that light one's here because we're here to stay. We're here to bring in the new. Like, that will wipe everybody out before us. Like, we're not going anywhere. Matter of fact, and I have spaceships and everything like that. I have been a witness that they are real. Extraterrestrial advanced technology is real. Okay, I don't know about the green man. I don't know what they look like and stuff like that. But yeah, there are other forces up there. But God, Jesus, they're ruling over everything and holding everything into place. They didn't just, like, do that stuff just randomly all over me. Like, it was, God let just enough that I could handle personally, and that was their limit, just to build me in training, and to also prepare me for how people might act in the world, like as I come out with who I am and information and stuff like that. Like, I'm already prepared in how people are and stuff, and matured in it, because I've been at practice with God since, like, big time, since like 2017 and stuff, for everything that I am going through, really, like my whole life. But like, God revealed himself and angels and all that they exist 2017, and realized that I'm called, and that it all matches up to now for my perfect reasoning within all of this, and everything that God is doing. Like, all his special notes are like within the music. Like, no person, come up with this and stuff. Like, it's not their love and everything and their plan. Like, a lot of them don't even know the meaning of their own music and stuff like that. Like, God was showing me that it's way more than just the money, the fame, and the look of things. Like, he needs realness. He needs you in spirit and truth in him, and to know what's going on in the world, and to not be afraid of it, and realize who we are. We have God within us. Like, Evil has nothing. Once you didn't get a crown, you didn't get nothing, you couldn't even grow up. Sorry. And now you're all black, and you just want everybody to die or not have no sense and stuff. Like, it's crazy when a real king raises his children to be kings and queens and royal, and the same way. Like, he has plenty of love and abundance to give and to show them, so I am so excited to finally be able to meet all these cool people, all these chosen ones that God has uniquely touched, and even those of y'all that don't even know who God is but will come into the kingdom soon. Like, I am excited to meet some really cool people that are touched by God and ready to love and be in purpose and join into this experience, and to just rise above all of the fake. And even, I can't stand the people that try to pretend or even say that they are Christian, and they're totally not. Like, you just make everything look bad, like, and you're not. Just don't say it. Like, that's one thing I respect about Johnny. Like, he said that he cloaks himself in darkness. He's a sorcerer. He don't go around trying to argue with people, about, like, being better than you, or God knowing the Bible better than you, or whatever. Like, I don't care if you know every word of that Bible and you got it all memorized. You're not doing it. You have none of that within you. So that's all. I don't have to not memorize one word. But if I have him within me, that's what matters. Not what I memorized and arguing over somebody about it anyway. It just shows we're not cut from the same world. So, yeah. life's gonna get really, really good, and the truth is gonna come out about everything. Like, it's been such a heavy thing on me, like, thinking about, like, how my kids probably feel like they don't understand this stuff. You know, these people have, like, lied to them, act like I just abandoned them, knowing that they ripped them from me and did everything. Like, I've thought of everything. Yeah, I would kidnap y'all if I could, but then I'd be on the run and they would get a reason to freaking go to jail. But so I did everything the right way, and it might have been painful, and I did no idea how it was gonna have any purpose, but it does, and it did. It did have a lot of purpose, and it did all sink in. And so I have a lot to share with y'all. We're just getting the very skin in the very surface. So I will join y'all next time on Seeing Beyond the Veil. Keep seeking the truth. And I just wanted to say, even like the atheists and stuff, I never thought I'd be saying this, but I think what y'all are doing right now is really cool compared to what other people and the lies and the fake stuff going on. Atheists that are getting on there and that are like seeking the truth and like wanting to know and don't want to fake it and don't want to say, hey, I'm just gonna accept saying I believe when I don't. Like, that's what's up. And I'm glad to see what y'all are doing, and I hope that y'all do get drawn in by the truth and are able to see it and know it, because, you know, like, we deserve to know the truth and let the truth set you free. But like I'm saying, I'm not here to get anyone to follow me or believe what I believe. I'm here just to state the facts and the truth of what I have learned and what has been revealed to me, and let y'all see it for yourself. Right. So, and information taken or information added that you didn't know about God or Christ or religion does not make it untrue because of that. You know, like, be all the truth, you know. Like, don't put it in a box where, oh my gosh, this is peace, so this must just not be. Like, because it can. So until next time, I love y'all, and I am excited to join in all the fun reindeer games on the next one, when we're actually enjoying life and life more abundantly, and get this darkness and stuff out of the way, and the haters. And oh, another thing is, like, I don't want y'all to you know, be like so close-minded that you're like, just because I'm show y'all things about that are related to the darkness or devil. Like I said, there's a lot of devils, okay? Just like there's a lot of people that carry the Holy Spirit. Think of it like that. The people, the Holy Spirit of the light, we are connected. Like, we think the same things because we have the same Father, because it comes from God. So darkness, vice versa, works in the same way. Like, they are all of one mind and with their ringleader, you know, they all take up for each other. Like, Johnny was like even telling on himself, he was just like, he told me that the dude that was trying to defend me or whatever, that was trying to kill my baby daddy, he said that was him. Okay, he wanted to claim that as him, but he didn't want to claim the one about my baby daddy, like being my baby daddy. And I would never even think to ask him to claim that. That never crossed my mind that he would be them. Like my mind just didn't work that way. Like that's really weird. But after he said it, then he says, "But I didn't. It wasn't me that tried to kill you." I knew it was. Yeah, like I knew that was the same. That was the same spirit. Yeah, they were all the same. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it makes sense. All right. So till next time. I will see you soon. And guess what? I will stay. I will stay like almost every day now. Like I'm not gonna ever go like a long period without y'all not seeing from me. So go ahead and get used to it. And the ones that love it, love it. The ones that hate it, whatever, don't matter. I will see you too.